Hi, this is Ani Day Trades on StockTwits and Twitter is how you will find me, and you will also find me on daytradingwithani.com. That's where I blog for any tips on trading and further opinions about the markets. Of course, also I have some services there that you can find, like my daily playlist and swing trading. Okay, let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial initially. And notice this, of course, this is the rise from 2000 and last November, I should say, 2012. And we have not really turned back to test anything major since that beginning. In fact, starting in January, we really took off and reached new highs. My knockout target of 15,326 is now again being tested. If we coming closer to a closer view, you will see that this last week was really pivoting around there, or roughly in that region. Not being totally exact, and testing this area right there, and of course bounce from it. But also please note the volume chart right here on those 2 days, that it kind of shows how the consensus is that it's going to, there is expected, there's an expected correction, there's an expected pullback, and that's what seems to show on all these volumes. In this previous one too, right there, and all these negative volumes tend to show it. Of course, we have the other side too, where we have volume picking up as soon as it shows that it might reverse, in other words, go higher. So we broke out to a new high last week, 15,542, and this is a very long wick that is desirous to be filled, of course, as usual. But that's first we have to push past this 326 area. The being basically the 350 is what I'd be picking on next, and then after that the 390 will be the major resistance before hitting these, trying to fill these wicks. So before that, what we also have to look at is the drop down possibility on this. This test area will be a good one. Right there would be the 15,106, where we have a support area, and of course if it drops below, then we'll be looking at the 1500, and this being the most major, in my opinion, right here being a support area down in this region, the 14,832. Now that said, that doesn't mean that that's a panic button there either, because that, as I showed you earlier, we've had such a strong push up that the panic button, as I would call it, or maybe not even a panic button, but the pull back area that is most important is down here, where this is the weekly, actually the weekly trend line right there, and that's what I'd be looking for, is this support in the 1445 area before we would really experience something that could drop below that and look further down. Okay, so again, watch the volume on these, and let's take a look at the leader, which is the SPX, and it's showing a different picture actually. If we look at it closer, you can see that on the weekly we have sort of a double top, although we had a breakout. But more importantly, if you look on the daily, this is what I'm talking about. Right there is what I'm talking about right there, where we have a support line that it bounced from, but it's not that convincing. If we take a closer look, you can see that these bodies are not that convinced that it's going to be pushing back up or picking back up. So although last Friday we did have an the closing higher than the opening, we still need to go past and test, actually break out from above the 1663 area, in my opinion, and then of course the 1670 area, and just move to fill these VIX right above here. So this will be the major resistance. And if you look at it further out, mainly the monthly, although we did start with the weekly. With the monthly, of course, we can see that this is not, that right here we have a slight indecision. Now if we have to, we might pull back to here and then break out higher, but we are right now in this position, and it looks like it might be dropping back down before it goes further up. Okay, and then looking at the NDX, let's start with the monthly on that. Possibly, oops, that's a little bit wrong one, so sorry. NDX, I mean. No, it doesn't want to do that, does it? So I'm going to pause. Okay, I think we got that corrected. So here we go. On the NDX, of course, on the monthly, we show that the new high of the 53 and a half, and as you can see, this too is a breakout candle that's very strong on the monthly scale, and correction would be about 50% below, to not correction but a pullback of 29.45 area. On the daily, if you look at this on the daily, this is what I'm talking about. Right there is, I think there's a potential of testing this about the 29.35. We were just talking about 29.45 area, and of course we'd have to be looking at this gap fill down below, and then further support would be area the 28.78.80 area right there, or even below that 28.70 area. Okay, so that's what we'd be looking for here, is this, we have to keep moving back up and to push past the resistances, and then going on here would be, on the NDX, would be looking for the 30.28 test, and then a breakout above that to test the highs one more time. So keep looking at these charts, the volumes, and see what's coming up for you. Okay, trade it well and carefully as always. That's it for the weekly outlook, and good luck in the markets. Bye bye.